Welcome to Bible and Welcome to Bible and Revelations. This is episode 63C. We will be finishing up Genesis 31. I hope. I really need to fix this camera because this stopping every 10 minutes is really annoying. Or I got to find a video program that will let me melt the 10-minute slots together. Okay. Genesis 31, where Jacob is fleeing Laban because he is exceedingly blessed, and Laban keeps trying to tax him and find different ways to get the sheep and goats and stuff from Laban, from Jacob. Jacob is going back to his hometown because God told him to. Now Laban has stopped him in the hills in Gilead, going back to his to Canaan, and he's searching the whole camp trying to find his teraphim, which he calls his gods, that Rachel had stolen. It has been my experience that, verse 40, it has been my experience that by day the heat consumed me, and the cold by night, and my sleep would flee from me, from my eyes. This makes 20 years for me in your house. I have served you 14 years for your 2 daughters, 6 years for your flock, and you kept changing my wages 10 times. If the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the dread of Isaac had not proved on my side, you would now have sent me away empty-handed. My wretchedness and the toil of my hands God has seen, so he reproved you last night. Then Laban in answer said to Jacob, the daughters are my daughters, and the children my children, and the flock my flock, and everything you are looking at is mine and my daughters. What can I do against these today, or against their children whom they have borne? He's saying, your family is my family. I won't do anything against them. And now, come, let us conclude a covenant. He wants to make peace. I and you, and it must serve as a witness between me and you. Accordingly, Jacob took a stone and set it up as a pillar. Then Jacob said to his brothers, pick up stones, and they went taking stones and making a heap. After that, they ate there on the heap, and Laban began calling it Jegar Sahadutha, and Jacob called it Gilead. And Laban proceeded to say, this heap is a witness between me and you today. That is why he called its name Gilead. I guess Gilead means witness. And the watchtower, because you said, let Jehova keep watch between me and you when we are situated unseen from one from the other. If you go to afflicting my daughters, and if you go to taking wives in addition to my daughters, there is no man with us. See? God is a witness between me and you. And Laban went on to say to Jacob, here is this heap, and here is the pillar that I have erected between me and you. This heap is a witness, and the pillar is something that bears witness, that I will not pass this heap against you, and that you will not pass this heap and this pillar against me for harm. They're both going to stay in their own territory and not fight, I guess. I was trying to say. Let the God of Abraham and the God of Nahor judge between us. the God of their father. But Jacob swore by the dread of his father Isaac. After that, Jacob sacrificed a sacrifice in the mountain and invited his brothers to eat bread. Accordingly, they ate bread and passed the night in the mountain. However, Laban got up early in the morning and kissed his children and his daughters and blessed them. Then Laban got on his way that he might return to his own place. So, that ended well. I will start the notes of Genesis 31. So Rachel was not an idolater. In fact, Joseph's godly life was, in part, a product of the faith of his mother Rachel. Oh, Joseph was a daughter of Rachel and Jacob. Okay. The fact that Rachel stole these household idols to take with her must be understood within the greater context of the passage. In ancient Near Eastern culture, which was polytheistic, they worshiped many gods. Possession of the household idols was a sign of the right of inheritance. Oh, Rachel wanted these small objects, clay figures about 8 to 10 inches high, in her possession, probably as a hedge, just in case anyone questioned Jacob's position as the family next in line after Laban. She did not need these symbols of inheritance, however, because God had appointed Jacob an heir to his covenant, which would far surpass any earthly heritage. So Rachel stole the gods as proof that when Laban died, Rachel and her children and Leah and Jacob inherit all that is Laban's. I guess that was a big deal back then. The mention of Laban's sons that were with Laban demonstrates new family dynamics. When Jacob first arrived, Laban had 2 daughters, but no sons. Once he had natural-born sons, Jacob's status was at risk. Oh, Rachel was concerned the other sons will be trying to get the inheritance. Because the culture gave biological sons precedence over adopted ones, no matter their age. Yet the Lord assured Jacob with blessing and direction, "Return, I will be with you." So God told Jacob to head back to Canaan and that God will escort him safely there. Often the flaws someone criticizes in others are the flaws that person has as well. So, yeah, that's true. A lot of times people will accuse you of doing what is in their head because that's what they would do. A lot of times people tell me, "You were going to take that candy bar," and I don't know what they're talking about. It's because if they were in my situation, they would have stolen that candy bar. Just a little. For 20 years, Laban deceived Jacob and changed his wages 10 times. I've seen this many times. An employer will say, "Hey, you get commission," or if we sell 20 widgets this month, I'm going to give you 10% of the profit. And then they consistently hit that mark, and 10% of the profit is a lot. They say he shouldn't be getting 10%. That's more than he needs. So they'll change it. They'll say, "Okay, you sell 20 widgets, I'm going to give you 7% or 5%. I've seen this in many jobs. They keep changing the goalpost to they think you shouldn't make over a certain amount, and that's it. And they'll try to motivate you with promises and then change it the next month. It's horrible. Okay, we'll have to finish up the notes next time. God bless you, and read the Lord's Prayer every day. It's very important. And I've been reading the prayer of Jabez also. I like it, and God likes when you pray, and especially the Lord's Prayer, I believe. Have a good week.